Okay, here's our question. A plumber charges a flat rate of $65 plus an hourly rate of $35, which can be modeled by the equation C equals 35H plus 65. So the $65 is charged right away. As soon as the plumber shows up at the doorstep, you are charged $65, no matter what. From then on, the cost of $35 is charged per hour. So our equation, C equals 35H plus 65. If a job took 7 hours, how much does the plumber charge the customer? So C is the cost, H is the number of hours worked, and we're being told that the number of hours worked is 7. So we replace the H with a value of 7 and further simplify it until we're given a final cost of $310 for the 7 hours work. Now in the second part of this question, we're given the total cost, but asked how many hours the plumber worked. So here's the same equation. For cost, we plug in the 415, but we put the variable h for number of hours, which we're not sure of yet. Okay, now we have to solve for h. Collecting the like terms, the positive 65 on the right of the equation becomes a negative 65 on the other. And then we have 350 equals 35h. Now, generally speaking, we like to have the variable on the left-hand side and the number on the right-hand side. Now, we could take the 35h to the other side of the equation, make it a negative, take the 350 to the other side of the equation, make it a negative, and then divide both sides by negative to get rid of the negative signs. But when you have a situation like this, it's much easier just to swap the two terms that we have on either side. So it is perfectly valid to say that 35h equals 350, as it was to say 350 equals 35h. Just saves us a couple of steps there. Now that we have the variable on the left-hand side, we can isolate h by dividing 35h by 35. And of course, then we have to do the same on the other side, and we're left with h equals 350 divided by 35, which gives a value of 10 for h. H represents the hours, so we can say that it took the plumber 10 hours of work to earn that $415. Our next question involves modeling typing speed. S equals W minus 10E over T. The speed S is related to the number of words typed, W, the number of errors, E, and the time spent typing, T. So we're told that Caden types 650 words in 6 minutes with 5 errors. What is Caden's typing speed? Well, we replace the number of words he typed, 650, for W, and the number of errors, 5, and the number of minutes, 6. So our equation looks like this. Simplifying a little bit, and further reducing it eventually gives us a typing speed of 100. So just by substituting the values in the question, 650 for W, 5 for E, and 6 for T, we're given a typing speed of 100 words per minute. And there's our answer. The next part of our question, we're actually given the typing speed, we're given the number of words that Rachel's typed, and we were given the time that Rachel typed these 750 words in. What we're not told is the number of errors she's made. So there's our original equation, our formula as it were, and now we can plug in 80 for the speed, 750 for W, and 8 for T. Now we're left with trying to figure out the number of errors she made, represented by the variable E. And in this situation, we have a denominator, those pesky denominators. They make it a little more difficult for us to solve, but in this case, we can get rid of the 8 on the right-hand side by simply multiplying the whole right-hand side of the equation by 8. And of course, if we do that on the right-hand side, we have to do the same on the left. Now on the right-hand side, the 8's cancel one another out. And now we can restate our equation in slightly easier to understand terms. 640 equals 750 minus 10e. As a general rule, we like to have our variables on the left-hand side. So we'll take that negative 10e, bring it over to the left, where it becomes positive 10e, plus 640 equals 750. We'll take that positive 640, we'll bring it over to the right-hand side, where it becomes a negative 640. We'll further simplify our equation. And now, to isolate e on the left-hand side, we'll simply divide it by 10 and do the same on the right. We're left with e equals 100 over 10. E having a value of 11. We can now say that in this situation, Rachel made 11 errors. Hope these explanations have helped.